Yokohama is a city southwest of Tokyo. It takes about 30 minutes by train from Tokyo to JR Yokohama Station. Yokohama was one of the ports designated as gateways to foreign countries when Japan opened up its border to the United States and other countries in the 19th century. After 200 years of closure from outside, Yokohama became the front line that Japanese see Western cultures and technologies for the first time. Yokohama has developed significantly along with the port. From that history, Yokohama is not a place to look for authentic tradition of Japan like Kamakura or Kyoto, and you see more of the reflection of the era. Traditional Japanese shifted to modern Japan. Today, I'd like to reveal the charm of Yokohama by showing you what you can expect in Yokohama and how you can actually get around, so you can get a day trip idea for your next trip to Tokyo. Yokohama is the prefecture capital of Kanagawa, which also has major towns such as Kamakura, Yokosuka, and Hakone. Today's Yokohama city is very large, and it's the second biggest city in Japan in terms of population. But in this video, I'd like to mainly focus on the old city center of Yokohama, from Yokohama Station to Yamate, the hill area in the south of Yokohama port. Yokohama Station is located in the north side of the old city area. The Shinkansen station is Shin Yokohama. It's located about 10 minutes away from Yokohama Station. From Tokyo, there are 5 major train lines to visit Yokohama City Center. From Tokyo Station, you can take either Tokaido Line or Yokosuka Line. From Shinjuku or Shibuya, you can take Shonan Shinjuku Line to JR Yokohama Station. You can also change to Keihin Tohoku Line that actually goes directly into Yokohama City Center, such as Sakuragicho, Kannai. For private railways, there is Keikyu Line that goes directly from Toei Asakusa Line and also from Haneda Airport. The train I take often is Tokyu Toyoko Line that goes into directly to Yokohama Minatonomieruoka Line, goes through the city center by the port to near the Chinatown. So there are plenty of ways to get to Yokohama from Tokyo. As Japan ends the long closure from the other world, Yokohama became one of the 5 ports that foreign ships can come in and trade. In the products of the Western lifestyle and the products enter Japan, many things that first in Japan was born in Yokohama. The first Western-style hotel in Japan opened in Yokohama. The first train connected Tokyo's Shinbashi Station and Yokohama. And the first beer brewery in Japan was built in Yokohama on the hill of Yamate. The factory moved to the other side of the port in 1926 and still producing beer today. They have factory tour, so let's start from there. This is the Kirin Yokohama factory. Kirin is one of the 4 major beer companies. Others are Asahi, Sapporo, and Suntory. In this factory, you can see the process of making beer as you learn the history of Yokohama factory. The tour is 500 yen. And you pay at the machine when you arrive. You need to make a reservation for the tour, but the website has English, so it's not that difficult. The tour is in Japanese and it's about 1 hour, so you might feel it's a little too long, but they have English language time to time, and I could see they are trying to welcome international visitors too. At the end of the tour, you can try the beer just brewed in this factory. I was expecting a small portion of the beer tasting, but it was a full of glass and I was surprised. And 3 more glasses came. That was a lot of beer and so much fun. These are the tanks. Beers are preserved. Next, let's take Keikyu Line and go to Yokohama Station. From Yokohama Station, I'd like to walk around the port area and walk down to all the way to the hill by the Yamate, where I finished this day trip. If it's difficult to walk for you, you can also take buses that runs along the similar route. You can also take ferry to some parts of the route. Right across the canal from Yokohama Station, you see the Nissan Global headquarters. The floor below is the Nissan Gallery, where anyone can interact with the Nissan cars. So let's start from there. Under the global headquarters of Nissan, There is a large space that you can try all the different kinds of Nissan cars that are sold in Japan and some historical and concept cars. You can try all the cars and it's such a fun place to stay. The gallery also has Starbucks overlooking the bay and Yokohama station. You can purchase Nissan goods too. After I enjoyed the car, I visited the Shiseido building. Shiseido is a Japanese skincare and cosmetic company, and you can learn about Shiseido and about the skin in this small museum. On the first floor, there is a cafeteria that you can eat lunch, so I had an early lunch before it gets busy. This whole area is called Minatonomieruoka, means Port Futures in Japanese, with lots of new development that connect old Yokohama and the Yokohama Station area. Queen's Square is a shopping mall that is connected directly to the Minatonomieruoka station, that you can go directly to Shibuya in Tokyo. This area has Cosmo World, a small theme park that makes iconic harbor cityscape of Yokohama, with Ferris wheel. You see lots of attractions for tourists around here, such as the ferry museum and ropeway from Sakuragucho station to the port area. You can also walk this route that used to have a cargo train route. Also, this bridge was made by American Bridge Company of New York in 1907. I tried to visit the Cupnoodle Museum, but unfortunately, Tuesday was off, so please let me know if you have been there. Behind the Cupnoodle Museum, there is a Shinko dock. Yokohama has several ports that cruise ship arrives, and this is one of them. Other two, Osanbashi is right next to here, and Daikoku is in the other side of the port. I see Asuka, Japanese luxury cruise ship staying in Osanbashi. There is also a red brick warehouse district. These sites might not so interesting if your country has similar places, but it's a good place to walk around by the bay and feel refreshed. Now let's say goodbye to the port area and head to Chinatown. The city center remains lots of old buildings, such as the prefecture office of Kanagawa that Yokohama City belongs to. Chinatown of Yokohama is the biggest Chinatown in Japan. The origin of the Chinatown is that they became the interpreter between the Western people who stayed in Yokohama and the Japanese people. Now you see lots of street foods and restaurants that you can enjoy Chinese food. It's a little bit touristy, but it's a fun place to walk around. Right next to the Chinatown is a quiet shopping street called Motomachi. This street is located right under the hill of Yamate, which is the end of today's route. Now let's go up the hill of Yamate. If you find it difficult to go up the hill, you can use the elevator of the Motomachi Chukagai station that takes you up to the Yamama Park. Yamate is an area that is designated as a foreign settlement where foreign people could live and work in the transition period after the long closure from abroad. And you can still see the atmosphere of those days in this Yamate area. And at the edge of the hill by the port, there is a park called Minatonomieruoka Koen. Minatonomieruoka Koen, which means Harbor View Park, has a rose garden that you can see some different flowers all around the year. It's a perfect spot to sit down and overlook the port or see the flower right next to you. It seems nice, especially during the sunset time. I hope you found something interesting for you in Yokohama. Thank you for watching. Have a great trip to Japan. Have a great week. Until the next video.